Right. Yeah. Quickly about myself, I'm Kishore from Houston, Texas. I organized over 200 plus webinars in last few years. We did like over 20 plus webinars in last 3 to 4 weeks. One of the session was with Mr. Siddharth, where most of you might have joined that session. So Siddharth is a 12-year-old coding wonder. He is Asia's youngest data scientist. He's in his seventh grade, but he's also working as a data scientist in one of the big IT companies in Hyderabad. He's son of Mr. Raja Pilli and Priya Manasa Gudupati. Both of them are working in IT. They are not in the data science field, but both of them are working in IT. As I already told you, Siddharth is the youngest data scientist. So we all, as Indians, we all should be proud of Siddharth that he's the youngest from Asia. And his hobbies, basketball, reading, medium articles towards data science and coding. He is passionate about supervised learning, reinforcement learning. He was born at Tenali, Guntur, and but brought up in Hyderabad. First to fifth grade he completed in Delhi, uh, and yeah, these Siddharth's parents, and these are various ministers, MLAs, MPs who recognized Siddharth for all his great work, and he, by being a youngest data scientist, you can see all the newspapers, how many newspapers published about Siddharth in different newspapers, and you can see all the ministers, famous ministers everywhere, right? All the BBC, all the news channels also covered him. He's part of. He's also doing a lot of workshops. He's helping many of them on career opportunities, personality development, soft skills. He's just 12 years old, and but he's helping double or triple the age than him. You can see he working at his office and all his colleagues who are nearly double or triple his age. He's also a karate champion. He goes to various schools and helping them by training them on motivation on various aspects. So these are, yeah, quick introduction about Siddharth. Let me invite Siddharth now. Hey Siddharth, are you there?
Oh yes, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, Siddharth.
Yeah, great.
Do you want to share the presentation, or do you want to talk something uh, before we start the actual presentation on Python?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, the presentation will be on screen share, right?
Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
share. Or if you want me to share, I can share, or I think it is better you share it.
yeah. Just okay. Just open it real quickly. Mm, okay. And today I'll be giving a demo session on Python for Kids, in which I'll give a little informative talk on Python. And a small profound talk on artificial intelligence and machine learning, because I confide everyone should embrace the fact that we are living in the next future of artificial intelligence. So it's a noteworthy topic we have to get a little familiarized about. So before I start, I'd like to introduce about myself. I'm I like to introduce myself. So myself, Siddharth Pilli. I'm 12 years old and I work as a data scientist at Mountain Smart Business Solutions. I offer lectures as a guest speaker in few colleges and schools, and I'm also one of the brand ambassador of uh, Kids Topal, which is an organization which hosts workshops and brings education and fun together. And I'm also really passionate about artificial intelligence and machine learning. As of I said, we are living in the next future, and we have to embrace the fact that we are using artificial intelligence in our day-to-day life. And I also worked in different data science projects like Lead Mirror, which is a digital marketing application, some 911 calls, which I try to track them and get some important insights from that data, and iris data sets, and many more. So that's about me. So before we start on artificial intelligence, let's answer the question on what is AI. Now, many people can come up with this answer in terms like it's an assistant, a robot, and few people might say it's a programming languages. So there are quite a lot of misconceptions about artificial intelligence in the community. So the real answer, or the point of view in which I'm trying to say, of artificial intelligence is the ability of the computer to think and perform, or more clearly, mimicking human behavior. This is where the intelligence which is displayed by the machines other than the human comes under the place of artificial intelligence. And there are limitless, for example, we use in AI in our day-to-day life activities without even knowing it, like Netflix. Whenever we are watching Netflix, we get tons of recommendations from our previous videos on what we saw. And those recommendations can be like, if you saw an adventurous series, you might get Stranger Things on your recommendations. So it varies like that. We were using artificial intelligence or learning about it or still using it without even the fact knowing it. So there are limitless possibilities AI can do as of we see. So as of the clear enhancement is mimicking artificial brain, mimicking the human behavior, in which we're trying to replace the human brain by neural networks, or more importantly, AI. Now there are tons of fields in which AI is being used, as I said, because there are limitless possibilities of artificial intelligence. One of them is robotics. So as I said here, like I said before, AI is trying to mimic human behavior for performing tasks, and that's why robotics takes place here. Because because things like labor work or manufacturing good or anything that needs physical work will take up a lot of time and a lot of labor work and human health, and that can also be causing fatigues, very time taking and everything. But because of robotics and thanks to AI, as AI tries to mimic human behavior, robotics can be is used in various manufacturing goods. we have we have things like the Tata Click or uh, or the Adidas brand who are trying to manufacture their goods by using robotics and artificial intelligence. And then we have NLP. NLP is nothing but natural language processing. It is a such subset of linguistics, computer science, and information engineering. And guess what? It's also a part of artificial intelligence. Now, the main reason is the concern with the interactions between computer and human languages, mostly used for analyzing a large amounts of data which consist of human language form. For example, we have Google Translate. Google Translate, it has over 1 billion people of users who are currently using it. And why do we use Google Translate? Because we want to convert, we can translate from one language to another language. And that's being here done by NLP, natural language processing. As it comes to the subset of linguistics, not just translating, it can solve any problems based on speech recognition and many more. And computer vision. Like natural language processing, we have computer vision. As of in NLP, how we're dealing with problems on speech recognition, computer vision tackles the problem of making a computer see, identify, and process that image. Suppose, for example, we have the Tesla, which is a self-driving car. And did you ever wonder how a self-driving car works? Well, hey, computer vision comes to the rescue. Where we're already using, the Tesla has already been trained with these parameters like traffic signals, stop signs, and many more. So it tries to identify each parameter and function by whatever sign or traffic signal it comes to. For example, if there's a green light, Tesla will definitely go. If there's a red light, it functions to stop, and like that. And then we have decision making. Let me just get it out there. So decision making, computers are great at making decisions. Reason being, it can analyze large amounts of data and get vital insights from it, helping to make great decisions. For example, cancer is one of the dangerous yet curable diseases. In last year, we had over 1.4 billion CT scans of cancer being taken. And every day, radiologists have to go to numerous CT scans every day, which is a time consuming and tedious task, and can also cause fatigue, in which sometimes when the radiologist might be checking the CT scans, he might misplace it by giving you the wrong results. So for this problem, an AI, a Chinese startup known as InfoVision, has developed an AI which can detect cancer from a CT scan, whether it's cancer or not. So by uh, so in the CT scan, the AI try to get very vital insights, like does it have cancer or not. By telling the CT scan, AI can exactly report if it's a CT scan or not. And not just that, recently, Information has also developed an AI which can predict if a person has coronavirus or not. Which information did not use any specialized AI tech models. All it did was simple machine learning models too. So you can see the huge number of reports of AI increasing, or why we have to embrace it, because using simple techniques can lower the percentage of cancer. We don't know how big of artificial intelligence can get from now on. As of I told about artificial intelligence until now, we have to get the fact how is artificial intelligence developed. Definitely, it does has a background of Python, JavaScript, and many more. But AI is developed by using algorithms, and not just any algorithms, machine learning algorithms. AI has covers of in a eccentric circle of four circles, in which we have the top layer being artificial intelligence, so the smart model itself. Then we have machine learning, which tries to interact with the model of AI. Then we have deep learning, which is a neural network which makes the data feasible to machine learning, and data science, which is what I'm working in right now. So you can just think of these pairs as some Russian doll, the classic Russian doll in which are one stacked up in each other. So let's talk about machine learning. As of machine learning, I told it helps the AI function. There are wide range of various types of machine learning models available there. They are normally grouped into three: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning, okay, let me just I'll give us a little description on these three. So unsupervised learning is where it tackles with the problem of unstructured data. As of if you're trying to as of we have Kaggle, in which all the data is being sorted, so you have to not do any cleaning. But with unsupervised learning, you can tackle that problem. And then we have supervised learning. Supervised learning is where you can only use these models for structured data set, in which if you want to use supervised learning, you have to have your data cleaned up. And reinforcement learning, this is my favorite. Unlike supervised learning and unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning learns. Let me just give a brief example. When we were newborns, we did not do much things. We might put a finger in the candle and then learn, this can hurt me. So we understand by trial and error situations. And that's how reinforcement learning functions. It is inspired from the teachings of our humans. We learn something when we do an error, or when we try and we do an error, we learn to not do it. And that's how reinforcement learning works. Like, you have self-driving car, now it works perfect. But before in the testing stages, self-driving car crashed almost thousands of times into stop signs and many more. And after all the training, self-driving car learns, okay, whenever I crash, I'm getting a -1. So it's like a dog. When you get your dog to do a trick, you can give it a biscuit, or when it fails from the trick, you can pat it by saying bad dog. So that's how just reinforcement learning works. And using all of these methods into your AI, you can function it. So these methods are the main functioning of our AI. So deep learning. So now what do we see in my screen right now? Yes, so there's a dog. But how did we know that this is a dog? Well, when we buy their newborns, our parents would say because of its facial features like its ears, tail, the fur, and the nose, mouth, and etc., we know that this is a dog. And by also the familiarities, we see dog every day. Like when we go outside, we might see cats, dogs, but as dog being a domestic animal, we see it every day. But in the first stages, we didn't know this was a dog. But when we trained our brain for saying this is a dog by its facial features, that's how we knew this is a dog. And that's how deep learning actually works. The deep learning, aka also known as neural networks, which is where it's inspired from the human brain. So this here is a neural network. Here, a neural network, we have an input layer, hidden layer 2, and the output layer. So now just don't think in a very technical way, but just think that this neural network right here, this is your brain. So this input layer are your eyes. When you see a dog, these are the inputs the image is trying to give you. And then we have hidden layer 1 and hidden layer 2. These hidden layer 1 and hidden layer 2 tries to take in the facial features, all the features required here to classify the image of a dog. So here the hidden layer tries to like zoom in to every variables like the nose, the tongue, and once all the variables have been stored, it tries to transfer to another one. And then finally, how in our neurons, where one information passes to another by using signals, here the same thing is happening, in which one neuron is transferring its another information. So here an activation function is happening where one neuron transfers signal to another neurons, means passing the information, we can finally classify. So here the final inputs comes, whether this can be a cat, a dog, a mouse, or a rat. Yeah, a rat. There are four outputs that anything can happen here, and based on the most approachable or the most, by saying this is dog, we can finally say it's all right. Now this might be all over for you, so I'll just show a simple demonstration on how deep learning is supposed to work. So as we see here, we have an image of a cat here. And this is a GIF in which shows how neural networks function. We have two labeled photos, a cat and a dog. So what happens is, when we insert the cat image in, this is the entire neural network. Here, the cat's facial features like its nose or mouth, ears, they all try to function. So a computer tries to process these images in a very matrix way. So all the facial features will be labeled in a number, and it will go from like here the facial features will go transform here. It'll try to get more enhanced images, and finally at the ending stages it will decide whether this is a cat or whether this is a dog. That's how neural networks are supposed to work, and that's also a part of deep learning. Now finally, data science. So data science again is which I'm working in right now. So there are now data science is like a very complex topic in the field of artificial intelligence, um, because right now, to give a definition of what data science is, it's the Venn diagram of computer science, maths and statistics, and also, but the computer science always occurs with Python and a little bit of algorithms and sciences, which will be needing for the computer programming, in which it will consist of computer science, maths and statistics, and domain and business knowledge. You'll get the Venn diagram of data science. Now, let's just get an example, because examples are the best way to approach everything. So, for example, let's say we are a data scientist at xyz.com, which for now is a paint application, and the owner wants us. The owner wants us to create. The owner wants us to solve a problem, which every time a customer comes into the page of the pricing page, people most often leave the page. So the owner wants us to find the reason and make this not happen. So what we can do here is we can try to first we have to collect the data. Because performing any data science operations, you'll first need data, because that's what data science is. We are trying to research, play, and experiment with the data. So once we collect the data, we can collect the data by tracking user movements. For example, the user might actually come to the pricing page, or you might go to the home page. So we have to first collect user operations. So like various user navigating, how many times is user being in one page, and all these metrics. So once we collect all these metrics, then we can start with using analyzing the data, in which our first part has been completed, in which we made a Python API to actually analyze users' movements. And once that's done, now we have to get some domain business knowledge of the data which we're trying to perform. So which is we'll try to plot the data, because plotting is the best way to go over anything, because using plotting we can get much more idea on what we're trying to do. So that'll give us a lot of domain business knowledge of the data we are handling and analyzing. So for plotting, we can use libraries such as Matplotlib, Tableau, and many more, but preferably Tableau, because it's a very human friendly and easy to use. And once we get the domain and business knowledge, now we know what problem we are dealing with. We understood why this was happening. We understood what's wrong with the data, and now we can start with machine learning. Now, just to give a clear thing, but here the most hard parts that will be taken in data science are collecting the data, because there are not a lot of sources where you collect the data. We do have Kaggle data set and minimum, but not really. We have so many things in which we can plot the data for. So whenever we're starting a data science project, we'll need a lot of data, at least a minimum of 2,000 columns of data. So that's the amount we are tackling it. So once we can say we have that amount of data, now we can start with machine learning. Here, machine learning comes to place in maths and statistics. And also one more thing, data science is a field, I told you again, it uses computer science, maths and statistics, and domain and business knowledge to create a Venn diagram of data science. So the maths and statistics comes to play in machine learning models. So we know the problem we are dealing with right now consists of why the people. We have to find the reason of why people are leaving. So using math and statistics, we can find the right machine learning model or create a machine learning model. Creating a model will need to have skills with linear algebra, scientific methods, and statistics as well. But if you want to just create use the right model for machine learning, you'd have to learn research on ML models and everything. And the before slide I showed you on this, here are all the machine learning models available here. So yeah, and as of with AI and how there are misconceptions in data science field, there are many misconceptions like that. The one is you don't need a degree to learn data science. Now I work with people who even has like healthcare degree, who have maybe like animal and welfare degree, and many one. You don't need you'll not be needing a CS, a computer science or statistics degree to learn data science. If you have some good if you have some good professional skills on scientific methods, algorithms, maths and statistics, and linear algebra, anyone can learn data science. There's this article right here on Towards Data Science, where Katie Seuss Mary, she's the author, shows us how she went from a neuroscientist. A neuroscientist is a medical field, and how she went from zero coding skills to a data scientist in 6 months. I like to you can check this link, in which I'll send you in chat later. Now, as of with data science, there are many examples in which we use in our daily life. Recently, a person in LinkedIn posted how we helped the Jaipur Police Department to actually to actually maintain social distancing. We had the Jaipur police, in which the person created a data science algorithm in which it tells if two people, if they're standing together, are they maintaining social distancing or not. If they're not maintaining, the police will get alerted and come to the location quickly. So so data science as right now is being used in every field right now. So few examples in which data science is being used. We are using data science for pattern recognition to find and diagnose cancer. We are using data science for predicting if it's going to rain today or not. And sometimes, yes, it's possible. We are using data science for giving coordinates for most diamond spawn rate in Minecraft. And there are limitless possibilities with data science too, because it's one of the biggest field in which it gives you vital insights. As of in AI, when you're trying to solve problem in data science, we are trying to get some vital insights from that problem. Now Python. So finally, let's get started with Python. So everything I spoke until here on data science, AI, deep learning, machine learning, this is all comes to at the end using Python. Python is one of Python. Okay, to get you straight, Python is used for giving all of this insights. So creating an AI or creating data science, you will be needing Python. So instead of going too complex on Python, let me just give you what Python is. So don't think of Python as a technical programming language. It's very hard to just think of Python, and also don't try to get very technical with Python. Python is, or any other programming languages, is the building blocks of imagination. By imagination, I mean you can do anything with Python. Python are just like Legos. In Legos, how we use the building manual to make the the Lego and everything. We are using Python only here to make our imagination come true. Because Python has been not designed for to learn. Python has been not designed in technical terms, but rather to actually learn it and identify and make some amazing things or astonishing things no one has ever done before. So just to get clear, don't think Python as it's a very hard language in which you'll have to concentrate every day. Try to think of Python as which a speaking language. The best thing about Python is it's very English. So the syntax is really easy in Python. So you don't have to worry about that. And the reason why that is, Python mostly concentrates on the logic and then forget about the syntax, because I'll just tell you an easy syntax. If I'll just tell you an easy Python syntax right now, like if 2 is equal to 2, print hello world. So we can easily identify that we're trying to say if the number 2 is equal to the number 2, then we can print some text in the console for saying hello world. So that's how easy Python is. So it's very English. There's nothing to worry about in Python. So thus I'm just getting it out there. And also, Python is one of the most famous languages using by many companies right now, because you don't have to care about the syntax, because other languages like Java, C, C++, it takes a lot of time to concentrate on syntax, because syntax can be really frustrating sometimes. So you have to always keep your mind on syntax rather than using logic. So and that's really great with Python. Other like any other languages in which you have to concentrate a lot on syntax, Python is very family friendly and kid friendly, in which you don't need to learn any external fields to learn Python. And there are many famous applications which are completely written on Python, like YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Reddit, and many more. So as we can see the compatibility of Python by all these famous tech companies using Python to create their applications. So I hope I got you excited with Python, artificial intelligence, ML, and data science with that. So I'd like to just go over the course overview. So in the week one will be, also by the way, if you want to do this course, there's no prior programming experience needed. Everything everything is just like learning alphabets. If you Everything is like learning alphabets, and if you have a little bit of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division skills, and I'm hope and I'm not, for a fact I know that. So there's no prior programming experience needed, or nothing to know if you want to get started with the course. So as of in the course, in the week one, I'm going to cover on objects and data structures, in which I'll cover on using numbers, using text or known as strings. We'll be using lists, which is arrays. Arrays are mostly known for storing huge amounts of data in it, just like a data set. We will know about tuples, dictionary, booleans, which are as comparison operators, and also comparison operators in which we'll deal with things like equal to, minus, and many more. In the week two, we'll start with Python statements, in which we'll learn about if, the if-else statements and elif, and how it can be used in a daily statements. And we'll also cover on for loops and while loops, which are really easy if you can understand. And week three, we'll cover on functions and methods, user input, and exception handling. Finally, in week four, we'll do a ton of programming projects on whatever we learn from before things, like guess the number, rock paper scissors. We'll make a ATM, and also a Pokemon battle. So I hope with that I got you excited for this course, and now let's move on to Q&A.
Hey Siddharth,
Oh yes,
one of the members is asking like, can they learn Python without knowing programming language?
yes. As I said, you'll not be needing no prior programming knowledge to learn Python, because it's very easy.
So you will teach from the fundamentals?
Yes, everything from the basics.
Yeah, okay. And did you decide on which days you want to do these trainings, Siddharth, or based
Oh,
on?
yeah. Normally, right now it's holidays. It's lockdown and holidays for now. So I'm great with any days. Mostly like Monday or alternate days or something. I have to once decided really quickly with you.
Okay. And do they need to have maths as their favorite subject to learn Python?
Nope. Nope. There's no need of maths. If you have just simple knowledge of multiplication, addition, subtraction, and division, you'll be all fine with the course.
Will the rock paper scissor and scissor game have graphics?
We will be working with in the end. I did not include this project, but we'll be doing a new project on Kinto, which is a GUI based programming package, in which we'll assemble a huge graphical interface of a mini tic-tac-toe.
How do kids who don't like coding do this? Okay.
No, there's nothing to do with the liking of coding. It's coding is just as simple as speaking English. And thanks to Python, now coding becomes really easy, because Python, as I said, it's very kid friendly. So it's just like speaking English. And if you see the syntax also, it'll be just like English or pseudocode, which is a type of code which you try to describe in English. So Python is just as simple as that, in which you can just give like 5% into the coding skills, and the other just 95% into the logic. So it's that simple as that.
Okay.
And we also it'll be here in Python. The best thing is we can use our imagination in the field of coding. In the real world, how we use the painting to draw our imagination, we are using coding to make them to get the building blocks of imagination.
And you started around 8 years age, right, Siddharth, or when you are
uh,
7?
yeah, when I was 7 I started this.
Okay. So is there any age limit for kids, or what is the age
No,
limit you are looking for to train them?
I guess For me, anything is fine, but I'll stay from like 9 to 15 or anything.
Okay, age 9 to
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
And will it be like 3 days a week? So you said alternate days, right? Will it be 3 days
Yeah,
or
yeah.
4 days?
Yeah, I think 4 days a week would be fine for me.
Okay. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so I'm pasting a Google link in the chat window. So
Mm-hmm.
in case if anybody is interested, you can enter your details. And regarding the
Mm-hmm.
cost and other things,
Yeah.
based on the response, if the response is more, right,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Siddharth will basically, yeah, it will be a less cost, so that you all
Mm-hmm.
can learn from the youngest data scientist in Asia. And also not only kids, right?
Yeah.
Even Siddharth's parent also will train, like how he motivated Siddharth, or how he basically helped Siddharth to get to that this position in that short age. So he will also train the parents in few of the sessions, like what are the various uh, YouTube channels or on all those things.
Yeah.
And regarding the cost, did you think something, Siddharth, or it will be decided based on the response? If we have more response, we can have a low
Yeah.
cost.
Yeah. I think that's better.
Yeah. So yeah, you all can enter the Google Sheet based on the response we get. We can fix that cost.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can fix that fee for the kids.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to enter the Google chat, the
No, no,
Google Excel?
I already entered it. So that I
Oh.
mentioned it.
Oh. Okay.
So the training is approximately for 4 weeks, right, Siddharth? Can you show that agenda one more time, that 4 week schedule?
Oh, sure. Sure. Yeah. Sure. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, this is the one. Yeah, 4 weeks.
So basically, there's like that week one, in that 4 days, you'll be covering all that objects and data structures.
Yeah, and week two, like Python statements, and week three, the function method and user input exception handling, and week four, finally projects.
Okay, okay. Uh, can adults also attend the training?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, anyone can attend because this Python is like really easy. So yeah, anyone can attend.
Will you also cover anything on object-oriented programming, Siddharth?
Object-oriented programming, definitely it'll take on classes in which I'll consider in week three, in which we have function and methods, in which we'll discuss in classes or classes, methods, and then
Okay. Uh, it will be will it be 1 hour or 1 to 1.5 hour for the 4 days in the week?
yeah, as I'm taking it as 4 days, like 1 hour 30 minutes would be great, because then I can at the end of the 30 minutes we can do like a small project which can help demonstrate on what we discussed in the entire. Yeah.
Okay. And generally, what time, Siddharth, will you take in your India morning time or not night time? Which time is better for you?
Yeah, actually, I can wake up early, so I'll take India morning time.
India mornings. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. As of now,
Oh
the
yeah.
average price we are looking around $99. We know definitely there will be good response. $99 for 4 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. Of course.
So
Yeah, hello, am I audible?
yeah, yes, Siddharth.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And like, is there right now I'm getting like so many chat questions on like, will you teach float and everything? Should I answer them?
Yeah, sure, Siddharth. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. What is the name of graphic package you mentioned to create tic-tac-toe game? Well, it's known as Tickento. I'll just type it. Tickento. Kinta will be like a little hard project, because in which normally when anyone is doing a computer science degree, tic-tac-toe is the assignment they'll be given, because that's where tic-tac anyone across the globe can join. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, anyone across the globe can join.
Yeah. Someone
What
asked.
materials? What materials do we need prior to the session? I guess if you have like a laptop a laptop or ipad, that'd be great, because if you can install your python 3.6 on the page, that'd be great. Or mostly I'd say we'll be sticking with online python ide or a google colab notebook.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions, Siddharth? Are you getting
Oh,
any?
I'm getting a person saying, "Will you use PyCharm?" Um, Again, it depends with you. If you like using PyCharm, you can definitely use. But just for it to be simple, I'll be using an IPython notebook known as Jupyter Notebook and Google Colab Notebook. iPad does not have Python ID, right? There is something called online GDP code editor, in which you or Google Colab Notebook, in which you can access it from online and type it from iPad. Can give a chart of the days and times for your meetings each week. Sure. It'll be from every day from 1 hour at like like 7:30 a.m. for me in India, and I guess 8:22 for you guys right now, I believe.
So again, many people asking about the age restrictions. So again, for Siddharth, he doesn't have any problem to train kids or adults, or if
Yeah,
somebody is 80 years or 16 years, 20 years,
yeah,
he doesn't
yeah,
have any issues. And also, yeah, one more question is regarding countries. Yeah, wherever you are, right? You can be from India
yeah,
or UK or US, as
yeah,
long you can attend those sessions. And also,
yeah,
you can write if you know friends. If you join as a group,
yeah,
definitely we can also offer a group discount. You can get a
yeah,
group discount, and you can inform all your friends or kids, because many kids don't have anything to do. They are busy
yeah,
watching
of course.
Netflix and Disney Plus. So instead of
Yeah,
that, they can learn from Siddharth, and that will be useful for lifelong.
yeah.
uh, are you going to go through the introduction for someone who has never had any knowledge of prior experience of coding or computer language?
Yeah, definitely. Again, like Python is just as English. When we were learning in English, we understood the alphabets. So if we know alphabets, Python will be really easy. That's just one material we'll be needing. We'll be needing to learn alphabets. That's it.
Any special software to be installed before the sessions, or as part of your day one, you will tell them what session, all those things?
I'd recommend everyone to stick with Google Colab Notebook, which is like a very simple Python IDE. But like if anyone wants to install Python 3.6 or anything, they can definitely message me. So I'll give like a full-on tutorial for everyone who's interested to install Python.
And do you record the sessions for further review? If anybody misses any session, can they, right? We can do that. We can have a Google folder,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Google
definitely,
Drive.
of
We can
course,
put
yeah.
them for some
In
time.
yeah, in Google Drive, yes.
Uh, what is the name you are asking, Dheeraj? Name again, please. Maybe software. You mentioned about the software, right? I think he's asking, can you name that software again?
How about Anaconda? Not required. Oh, okay. Oh, which software?
You mentioned about some
Yeah,
software.
Google Colab Notebook. I'll just give the link in here. So we'll be using. Will you using Python with turtle in Replit? Okay, I'm getting so many things. How about Anaconda? Is it not required? No, Anaconda is a huge distribution, and as of with Python, we'll be not needing Anaconda. But if you have Anaconda, that's great too. It can be used. You will not have to install Kint already, but I'd say it's not required really. But if you have it, that's great. Like, Can you give a chart of the days, times, and Python only runs when you have the connection? No, no. If you install Python, okay. Um, Python only Python does also run offline if you install it, but Google Colab not work as the offline. Can you give a chart of the days, times, and to make the projects work? Oh my god! Also, Kishore,
Yeah.
the person is asking me to give a chart of the days and times of your meetings for each week. I don't have a chart right now. Can we should I make it right now or should I message in here?
Yeah, yeah. But basically, the plan is to start from coming Monday, right? So that we can start from next
Yeah,
week. So
yeah,
it
yeah,
will be 4th, May 6th, May 8th, May 10th. So alternate days,
yeah, yeah,
and timing will be approximately same time like this session.
yeah.
And
And
if there's
to
a
make,
huge interest, we can do multiple batches also. We can do,
yeah,
uh, we can do one batch in morning, one batch in evening. So while you fill the Google form, you can also mention like you all also already have fields like comments, everything. You can
yeah,
mention like,
and
we are
yeah,
looking for this time and this time like that.
yeah. And this discussion to make the projects will better be any use of Pygame. No, actually, Pygame is one real complex thing in which you have to tackle with 3D game graphics and 2D game graphics. I never started with into geographical metrics on 3D and 2D, so it'll be a little hard to make Pygame. But if you're really challenged with it, all the course you can just message me and we can definitely create a Pygame together, like a simple a Flappy Bird or something, or a simple game. Yes.
Uh, so yeah, sessions will start from first week of May, from coming Monday. I am already
Mm-hmm.
seeing a lot of responses. So you
Oh,
can
that's
share with all your friends, and yeah, if you come as
yeah,
a big group,
yeah.
definitely you can also get a group discount.
Oh, and Mitesh asked me what does dictionary cover. Well, in dictionary, you'll be getting into what is a key and value pairs, how to unpack dictionary or how to pack a dictionary, and how is dictionary different from tuples and everything. And also we're discussing topics and why does so before any topic I'd like to cover why does a certain thing exist, because anything what topic I covered, there's a reason why it exists. So every time we will might ask the question ourselves, why does this dictionary exist? So I'll answer the questions like that.
Yeah, Suyash, do you have a question? I am unmuting you. You can ask a question, Suyash.
Can you please show a quick chart on what days you have your meetings and what time?
I can write in the chart here because I currently don't have chart of the days and times of my meetings each week. So I can, if you mind, I can write in the chart here.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can write it, Siddharth.
Yeah. So
And does Python works on Mac, or should they have Windows?
yeah. No, Python works in Mac, Linux, Windows, anything. Any
And
it works in any OS. Yeah.
okay. And will you be discussing sets in Python?
Sets in Python that will be covered in objects in their structures, but I didn't. In the comparison operators itself, in which I'll be giving a little just description about sets and how it will be used and everything. But set is a really simple topic, and it'll be done easily. So I think I'll be covering it in like dictionary too. What does dictionary cover? Sorry for spamming questions. Will you cover variables? Yes, I will be covering variables and objects in the structures, as you can see, in numbers, strings, and lists, like all these variables. Yes.
Are you trying to do a session on Java or HTML?
Um, I don't, like in the entire week for I can give a simple description, but the entire course on HTML. I mean, HTML is really easy if you can ask me. Maybe another course, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you answered all the questions, Siddharth.
Oh, okay, then great.
Mm,
Wait, you didn't give me my chart yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, again, there is no chat. I'm thinking to write in the in the group chat itself. Is that okay for you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's fine.
And also, whoever registered to the session, they will get the response with all the dates, everything.
Yeah, 822 CDT, right? 822 CDT to like 922 CDT. That'd be and in week 4 days. Yeah.
So, is PyCharm a good IDE versus any other platforms?
Yeah, when you're developing high-tech products and high-tech products and you want to really get in touch with Python, when you're an advanced programmer, PyCharm is the best IDE compared to any other IDE I know. Because as of I work with, many people use VS Code, PyCharm, but but PyCharm has this compatibility to GitHub that no other IDE has. I mean, of course, VS Code is just as better as PyCharm, but I guess the compatibility and how using web programming for Python and many more, it's very easy to code in PyCharm than using VS Code or any other libraries. But as of in this course, PyCharm would be a little advanced for us. But if again anyone wants to use PyCharm, there's no need. You can use whatever IDE you want, but in my case, I'll be sticking with IPython IDE, which I recommend to stick with. Yeah.
So, yes, you got it right. So basically, it will be same time. The sessions will be same time from next Monday. So it will be an alternate
Wait,
day.
I don't see the chart. What did you say you put it on?
I'm sorry.
Are you entering something on the chat window, Siddharth?
Oh
In
no,
the
no. I think it went to safe driving mode. I don't know why. Oh yeah, can you? Yes.
In the chat right now?
Yeah, it is in the chat.
I don't see it.
Maybe I think you might have sent to only someone. Use everyone.
Oh yes. Yeah, I
Everyone in the
mistakenly sent to
drop down.
Raymond C. Madhuri. Yep, I sent to everyone.
Okay, so what does the CDT mean?
I guess it's your timing.
Central time. It is like central
Yeah.
time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In week 4 days.
Yep.
Any specific reason you selected 822, or you basically want to do 8 to 9?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually very comfortable for me to get getting up at 6, like 7:30 a.m. So it'd be great if I like continue with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all I just need to know is which 4 days it's on.
It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'll just write it here. You know what?
Okay.
Monday. Yeah, it's from Monday to Thursday. Oh right, it's PM for you guys, so it's PM.
Okay.
It is AM for
Yeah.
Siddharth, but PM for everybody who is in US.
Yeah.
And depending if we have too many registrations, we will also do multiple batches and timings will be different. So we'll share all that information. Whoever
Yeah.
registers for the event or
Yeah.
whoever filled the Google sheet, they will get all the information on when the sessions will be, timing, fee structure, everything will be there.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Okay, I just wrote all of them myself. I'm just gonna take a screenshot and leave. Thank you, though.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So thanks everyone for joining today. Thanks, Siddharth.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Okay, everyone. Good night, everyone.
Yeah. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.